Hello guys, we're going to watch some highlights together just to fill what is going to be about another 9 minutes of break or so. Just remind us what happened in this series. Game 1 on Paladino, Zest were a very solid hold, of course. If you missed it, was a really cool kind of different PvT. Good hold from Zest, kind of in a one base on one base situation. And then Zest took a huge lead with that disruptor shot in game 2 against Patience, but Patience picked up some disruptors. I think we're going to see it right here. Picked up some disruptors very soon afterwards of his own, and from there, Zest just kept on making mistakes. And, oh, look at the reaction. Oh no, they were Team Zest was like, no way. Yeah, Zest just fell apart in that second game after taking a little bit of a lead, which is a bit of a shame. A little bit of a shame. And Patience was able to secure it from there. Beyond looked in trouble against this early attack against Patience 2 back in game 3. But was indeed able to hold on, defend, and the counterattack, the eventual siege, worked out for him. Are we going to see Blink Stalkers blinking on top of the mines? Yes, we are. This was disgusting. I mean, at this point, Patience just does not really have any better option. I mean, there's obviously a better option, but it's not going to be pretty. Are we going to see the... Oh, that wasn't a very interesting reaction, was it? Let's remove the logos, by the way. Sorry, momentarily. Beyond, a little bit of cloaked banshee damage, and then again a big 2-base push against the Protoss player to win things out in game number 4. It's pretty confident, solid play from Bjorn. And again, against stats, he looked pretty good throughout. Against Patience, he was maybe a little bit behind, you know, but pretty decent. And indeed did take down that Nexus. That's probably going to just about bring us into the highlights from our 5th game, which was that Proxy Racks, well not Proxy Racks, but 3 Racks Reaper play, which was very effective as well by Bjorn. I mean, we're just going to see the logic engagement. That was a good Bane hit by Impact, but he was just so far behind anyways from losing so many links to the Reapers early, I think. And from there, Bjorn just did what Bjorn does best, which is make Marines micro them and find victory to put Team Zest into the grand finals of the VSTL Team League 2017 Season 1. GG's. And apparently that is where the clean feed dies. Clean feed, please. Clean feed, please. What's going on? Don't die. Catch up. Go live. There we go. 6 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock until we are back with our grand finals. So we got a little bit of downtime. What's up, guys? How are we all feeling today? Enjoying the game so far, I hope. I'm going to shut the window. It's getting a little bit too cold. Usually it's way too warm in this room. Today, it's a bit chilly. A little bit chilly. We'll open it, but the other way around, so it's not quite so cold. It would be nice. So, yeah, let me know what's up. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Let me know what's going on. Probably maximize the VSL stream again. Clever. Clever! I've got the production value on point. Thank you, GG Spooky One, for some kind words in the chat. Appreciate it. Obviously, this is my sellout time, guys. So, first of all, don't forget to support BaseTradeTV. You can follow them. You can subscribe to the channel as well for all the best StarCraft 2 online content and more. So do go check them out and do all the good stuff that you do usually on the channel, which I'm sure you guys all know how to do. Obviously, if you want to check me out in the future as well, I'm full-time. I guess a lot of you guys might not know me or know who I am. Hi, I'm Wardy. I'm a StarCraft 2 caster, and I'm full-time casting, streaming, running my own events as well. Kind of similar to BaseTrade, just on a bit of a smaller scale. But it is my full-time sort of thing, my full-time jam. So if you do enjoy what I'm doing, you can check out. If you enjoy my casting, you can check me out at WardyXO on Twitter, as it says just below me, in some beautiful Calibri bold font, outlined on the thickest outline settings, in case you're intrigued. And if you want to check out my cast and my stream, twitch.tv/Wardy, but it has like 3 I's on the end, so it's like Wardy, like it says down here, it's like WARDI, just to be really awkward. So you can check me out over there. Drop me a follow. If you really enjoy my cast and you're so sure you're going to love my stream, you can sub to me and stuff as well, and you can donate over on my stream too. I got told I can sell out like this, so I'm going to sell out like this, of course I am. So you can check me out over there, but would love it if you guys dropped a follow or just check me out or whatever. So yeah, I'm here today because Rifkin and Zombie Grub are of course at DreamHack Austin. They're going to be back live on BaseTradeTV later today because they're going to be casting DreamHack Austin as the kind of the B stream, so that's going to be awesome. You can check that out. And obviously there's going to be a whole bunch of community streams. I'm going to be streaming on my own channel later today for DreamHack Austin too, so loads of StarCraft today. Fantastic day to be a StarCraft 2 fan, so do not, I guess, not stick around, but like make sure you tune in later today. Austin starts up in about 6.5 hours from now with the first group stage. I'm not sure if BaseTrade cast from the very first group stage, or if they join from group stage 2 like the main stream. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I guess we'll find out. I'll find out when you guys find out, so I'll be live later today as well. So. Can you get the background I've got on anywhere? Yeah, well, I type in to get it, SE2, I think I just typed in SE2 wallpapers on, on Google. Yeah, literally, I typed in SE2 wallpapers, it's the second result on Google Images. SE2 space wallpapers. Second result on Google Images. Boom. Can you get my foreground anywhere? Yeah, you can, I can sell you this foreground. It's $50, and I'll send you the files over. No problem. just sell all of BaseTrade's assets. Just sell their logo. Oh. Just sell everything. Sell you guys the stream key too. Stream key is more valuable though. I want at least $100 for that. At least 100. Have I ever thought about having a casting partner? If we're over on my channel, I would give you guys the link as to why I don't have the casting partner. But just to talk about it quickly, I guess we got some downtime, right? So, on my stream, I just don't make enough money to realistically have a co-caster. And with the amount that I cast and stuff like that, I just... there's not going to be someone who I cast with well enough, I like enough, and who's good enough. Who's going to put in so much time to be consistently on the stream. That's not full time. Like, so either they have to go full time, in which case I can't pay them. So why would they go full time? Like, it just doesn't make sense, you know. So I'd love to have a co-caster. Like, a lot of the time, I used to think that I just preferred to solo cast. And I quite like solo casting, but I think I wouldn't mind a co-caster more often. It's just I cannot afford to pay a co-caster at all. I make, like, the bare minimum to get by in life. Like, really, truly the bare minimum. But it's okay, because we get to do the wonderful job of casting and talking about StarCraft 2, which is quite truly the dream, so can't really complain. Hello, hello. Your name is so long. Jaku Mamin... I'm going to get it the third time round. Jaku Maminata for saying hello. What's up? How you doing? Need to find an impressionable girl and regale her tales of casting StarCraft. Did you know there was this one time I talked about StarCraft for like 18 hours straight? Wow, thrilling. Amazing. Co-caster intern. I think someone would want to cast with me just for fun. Yeah, but I mean, then it brings down, like, it would bring down the quality of the stream, like, you know? Like, it has to be, that's the problem, because it has to be, like, a quality thing as well. Like, I don't look to just throw I mean, you could throw anyone on the screen, and anyone can cast for fun and stuff, but with what I'm trying to do, I try and keep a, a professional image, a consistent image, and stuff like that, too, so... Excuse me. Was my opinion on Stats dropping off so much this April? Do I think he's in a slump? No. I think Stats was just, like, really dominant. And then, I wouldn't say he was in a... I think Stats was just really dominant, but like a lot of the Korean scene, they're all really competitive, so Stats just had a month or so where he's, like, really the king, and then this month, he's not really playing badly. It's just everyone else is so good as well. That Stats is just the guy that gets unlucky. Like, I think a lot of the matchups in top-end Korean StarCraft are like 50-50-ish. And so this week, Stats just isn't like landing on the right side of the coin. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, maybe he's dropped off a little bit, but I wouldn't say he's like playing that much worse than he was playing like a month ago or anything. For the most part. Tell the truth, I climb up when talking to... Oops. My chat just skipped. Tell the truth, I climb up when talking to other people in real life. Do I? Do I climb up? I'm 33 and retired. Need to find someone like you to co-cast with me for free. Sure, man. Send in your application. If you can cast with me all the time for free, it's a good deal. Someone got your name right? Yeah, it only took me like 3 attempts. Being a good caster more than just a hobby, it's hard work. Yeah, that's pretty true. Team Liquid says DreamHack Austin group bracket will start in 12 hours. Will they be broadcasting before that? That's completely wrong. WCS circuit starts in 6 hours and 25 minutes. That's when the first group stages begin. So that's when the first group stage begins. Thank you to Tears. Cheers 100 into the chat. Says, been playing 18 years. I'll cast with you. Thank you, bro. Are there games left? Yes, there are. I'm not just sitting here answering questions instead of turning the stream off. I'm not making this like a Wardy AMA. We just have some time to fill. That's why we're on the countdown. We are going into our grand finals very soon. As you can see, I mean, VSL stream is starting back up, so getting ready to go. Can I whisper you need to sleep? Sadly not. Where's Rifkin? We kicked him out, man. We sold him. We sold him to League of Legends. Alright. Anyone know what Todd is up to these days? Todd will be casting WCS Austin later today over on the main stream. So yeah, thanks for being entertained, guys. You're a cool chat. You guys keep us entertained while we have some longer downtime here, obviously. So yeah, thanks for keeping things interesting. Always nice to be able to kind of fill some extra downtime just chatting with you guys. Obviously it's awesome because we have no delay today because we're casting VSL and stuff. Like, it's nice that we didn't have to. We have no delay, so we can just talk quite easily. What's Apollo doing these days? Apollo at the moment, like right now, is in Australia, setting up for IEM Australia. He does a lot of. He works quite high, quite high up in ESL, working on IEM events and stuff like that. So that's what he's doing. He was a big part behind the scenes for Katowice, making sure the show ran amazingly and stuff. This is Team Hero, by the way. Haven't seen them yet today. We should probably put the sound back on. Haven't seen Team Hero yet today, but there's a reason for that, because they aren't losers. They went through the winners bracket straight into the grand finals. What is this? Hero's there, but he's missing 2 of his players. Is that Bunny with him? I think it is, right? Is it? Well, there's Bjorn. Are they going to send Bjorn out again? First? Really? Oh, God. Oh, God. Team Hero, they have no mercy, man. Bjorn with the 4-0 yesterday. Comes out first here today. What happened to Nathanius? Is this like the what happened to X, Y, and Z stream now? Nathanius will be casting WCS Austin later today as well. Look at me, I'm like a know-it-all about all the casters. Nathanius took a step back from casting and he started to focus on his own stream more. That's what's up. Anyways, this is Bjorn from Team Hero, and so far this guy has been a monster. Is yet to drop a map. Yet to drop a map. I mean, Team Hero have been, well, I mean, they only all killed so far this season. And so far, I don't actually think Heroes even had to play. So it's been good stuff from Heroes. We do have, of course, Team Zest. We just saw them take down Team Impact in their rematch in the loser bracket final. So getting ready to see if they can keep their hot streak going. Oh, they're going to send out Classic first. That's different. A Biol Classic matchup. How exciting is that going to be? That is going to be... Oh, that's real interesting. Oof. I mean, Bjorn is playing so well lately. But then there's like, Classic. Classic's pretty good. He has lost the last couple of times he's played Bjorn, though. A couple of online events. Did beat him back at IM Gyeonggi, though, and has had a very large winning record against him earlier in the years. So Classic versus Bjorn. neither team going for the captain first strategy this time around. I think Hero's just going to try and win this entire event without having to play a single game for his team. Like that's how this has been going so far. That's how this has been going so far. As we get set up and get ready to go. So this is the question. Is Bjorl first going to be the winning strategy, or is it going to be the Pokemon Milk team? That's what we're discussing right now. That's really what we're discussing right now. That's been the main talking point throughout the matches. Apart from the matches themselves, they've been pretty good, the matches themselves, I guess. Let's see what Classic can do. I'm excited. His game yesterday against Solar was sick. It was so good. He played like a god to stay alive again and again and again, and finally just get enough to... it's just incredible. It truly was. And Cactus Valley, as you can see right here, is our first map. I'm talking over the map intros. I don't care. I'm done with the map intros making me shudder. Bottom right-hand side of the map. It is Bjorl, our red Zerg player. You guys know and love this guy. He is sponsored by BaseTradeTV in Team Looking for Team. Top right, Classic represents Team Zestia today. And he is looking to hopefully give us another fantastic PvZ like he gave us yesterday in Game 7 against Solar when they were playing against Team Rogue. Pokemon Milk hype. Oh dear. I mean, like, the Pokemon Milk looks cool. If I ever go to Korea, I'm going to try and find Pokemon Milk. Maybe it's just a thing. Maybe it's just like an advertising thing. Like, maybe it's a certain brand of milk that just is advertising, has a deal with Pokemon this month, you know? That'd be cool. That'd be neat. Anyways, let's set up into this PvZ as we do set up and get ready to rumble. Vertical spawns, of course, to kick us off means that it's generally going to be a little bit more enjoyable for the pros player than if it was cross spawns. Generally, you do not want to play a Zerg in cross spawns. That's when the Zerg players have the time of their lives, so... Just gonna see this drone. Having a little bit of a nibble there against that probe. Hatch gas pool as the opening, nothing really too crazy to talk about. Tierra is coming in with another Cheer 100, this time Craigasm 100. Saying, I love the chat! I'm sure the chat loves you, although I probably shouldn't speak on behalf of the chat. Appreciate the Cheer 100, dude. Thank you very much for supporting BaseTradeTV. It's kind of weird to say, like, thank you for supporting, like, a channel that's not my channel. It's a bit weird, right? But it's like, yeah, it's different. It's different. It's okay. We've gotten through it. Again, apologies for no kind of pop-ups and bits and pieces and no bit boss battles and all the fun stuff today. We don't have access to all of that, obviously, because I'm not usually the one who streams here, so... And if I'm missing anyone's resubs or anything as well, which I'm probably am missing some stuff during games and things, then I do apologize massively, and obviously everything is appreciated. Just today you have a lackluster caster who does not have all the tools he needs to keep track of it all. But by the way, what are you guys thinking? I want to hear some predictions. I want to hear whether you guys are feeling Classic or Bjorl, and I want to hear if you guys are feeling Team Hero or Team Zest. Because I don't know. I don't know. Like I kind of feel after watching Classic play yesterday, Classic, but I don't want to go against Bjorl, who's just been a god lately. So it's hard to call. It's hard to call. And I think Team Hero and Team Zest are. I mean, obviously they're in the grand finals, but I did feel personally they were the two strongest teams going into this event. So kind of interesting. Predicting a Classic game. Hey, hey. The name puns are on the way out already. The Bjorl kill. Bjorl all kill. Lots of Bjorls. Bjorl 4-0 or Team Zest. Well, that's one way or the other. Bjorl wins a couple games, then Bjorn reverse sweeps. Got some fun predictions coming on through. Toss will win. Bjorl now. Team Zest later. I think I'm the... I think my heart goes out of Team Zest, but that's a bit of betrayal because I meant to probably support Team Hero, considering Hero's my teammate. Being a bit of an awkward one. Anyways, we see this robot facility thrown on down. I'm just going to be seeing that resonating glaives being chrono boosted out as well. Just a kind of a glaives opening, a dead base play initially here from Classic. Just looking to harass a little bit, set up into the free bases nice and easily, most likely. You just sort of play it out from there. In the meantime, Bjorl goes with the Evo Chamber, looking towards the +1 melee most likely, and looking to play the Lingbane opening, which we saw a lot out of him yesterday in his matches. in the winner bracket final against Team Impact. And there is +1 melee starting on up, with a lot more lings on the way too, just to help him deflect these first few adepts, as he has seen the Twilight Council. He knows it's probably a Resonant Glaive's opening, just because he had that pneumatized Carapace early, so he's been able to scout in and see what indeed has been going on. Ooh, not a nice shade though. He's shades right on top of these first few Zerglings. That's definitely not the way to start things off. And the Ling is already going to town on these Adept Classic. Does not really find much value with these. I mean, it's nice because look at the worker counts. He's already 6 ahead because he's just forced so many Zerglings. Obviously, ideally, it would be better for him to keep all of those Adepts alive rather than to shade them in. I mean, just to shade better than that in general. Just to trade anywhere better. That's pretty much the worst trade he could have gotten with those first 6 Adepts. Prism on the way up as well, so he can continue to harass down a second Warp Prism as well. Classic. Does not just want to go from one angle, he wants to go from all the angles. And really start to make Bjorn's life difficult here in the upcoming future. So, moving across, going to see what Classic can get up to. Larry's on the way up as well. +1 melee is going to be finishing very shortly out of Bjorn, as this Warp Prism comes in towards the main base and will begin to unload a few of these Adepts here potentially over the next few moments. Overall moves in towards the main Prism is going to pop out. Again, that second Prism. Let's see what he can do. Obviously just going to be hyper-aggressive, hyper-harassment to keep his opponent busy while he sets up into what's now a third Nexus building. The top right-hand side of the map. First 2 Adepts into the left-hand side don't really do anything. A couple of Adepts over here drop down again. The Prism keeps them safe. Uh-oh, needs to be careful though. Queens will start to find some damage. Unloads 1 Adept. I think he thought he might lose the Prism. But it does get Claw, but it does stay alive. Where's the second Prism though? He doesn't see on the map. Did he miss? Did he maybe not mean to make the second Prism? Did he cancel it? No, there it is. I was just wondering where it was. It was taking a little while to start moving out onto the map. And just start moving over to the left-hand side. The Overseer going to fly on through here, and the Sentry's going to do a little bit of damage, tickle away at that Overseer. What Prism's going to do some tricks in the sky right there. Going to put on a little bit of an aerial show for us. Kind of nice of them. Some close flybys. Thinking they're stunt planes for the moment. Kind of interesting that the Prisms go past each other, like, I'll go this way and you go that way. To be fair, it does make sense that the higher health Prism goes towards the main, where there's more likely to be more Queens, etc. And so obviously that means he's less likely to actually end up losing the Prism. The lower health Prism will go around the left-hand side, where it's going to be a little bit safer, a little bit less involved, and it's just going to be acting as more of a warp in point. And there's just, again, less likelihood of there being too many Queens in this sort of location to hunt it down, shoot it down super quickly. But so far, Bjorn's been pretty good. I mean, he's got units in the right places, and he's not let any of these Adepts really find too much damage. I mean, yes, he lost a couple drones here, he lost a few Zerglings there, but for the most part, that's completely respectable. I mean, you know, you're going to lose something against 2 Prisms worth of units, but he's not really lost all that much. He's been keeping his units alive as well, which is great for Bjorn. I mean, while it's nice to pick away at Prisms and kill, generally the Prism units are going to trade more efficiently, so if you just avoid trades altogether by having units already in position and stopping Classic from dropping down, generally that's the better way to go about things for yourself. It's this Hallucinated Phoenix. Get some practice beating up on an Overseer. Maybe someday this will be a real Phoenix and not just a daydream. And a Sentry that lives far away to the top right of Cactus Valley. A few years will move on out now, and again just going to be seeing the 4 bases now starting up from Bjorn. So 4 bases are up. And so far, no real issues. Again, the double Prism play has not done too much, but of course, Prisms are something, a unit which will, throughout the entirety of the game, be a threat. And for the entirety of the game, be something you have to be careful of. And so, for example, right now, Adepts will start dropping in. Finally, this Prism will start to do some damage. Nice drops, by the way, though. Dropping them down and just minimizing the damage they take from the Banes. Really nice stuff. We did just see also Contaminate, though, coming in on the Natural Expansion. Using that Contaminate to kind of clog up the Psionic Storm upgrade means that this timing attack from Bjorn, which is aimed to hit kind of before Storm and before too many High Templars have the energy, is just going to have a little bit more kind of life in it. And it actually allowed him the time to kind of go back and deal with that Prism play. So now here we go. Banes are morphing in. Obviously, Bane speed is finished. Storm only halfway done. And currently that means the 6 High Templars just sat on the map ready to do absolutely nothing because they don't have the upgrade. So they really, really need this, as we're going to see a few Banes will come in through the south side entrance. The rest of the units will come in through the west and try and hit this third base Classic very well spread already, obviously needs to be well spread and defended against this sort of army. As here we go, Lingbane Hyder pushes forwards. Oh, the first couple of High Templars. He uses some force fields to try and protect them, but the Archon pops it, so the Banes get through first. 2 HGs have gone down. More HGs ready to go now. The flank from the right-hand side, and oh no, Classic! Force fields come down, they save the day for now, and here we go. The Storm's now available, and Classic can really start a fight against this. He's only lost 2 probes. Most of them pulling away into that assimilator to keep themselves alive. Good play with that so far. And we're just going to be seeing the army of Bill is going to be pushed away, and so he'll get ready for round 2 of this. This Classic will also get ready for round 2 of this fight, but holding on initially, definitely a good way to begin things. I mean, holding off the first wave can so often be the most difficult part of this. I would say that Classic's held on quite well as well. He didn't lose too much, he didn't lose too many High Templar, which means he's got a lot of them ready to use once again here. Now this time though, Banes are going to start getting towards this mineral line. The force field will slow the Banes' corrections, but they still get there in the end. 19 probes are falling. But a lot of those Banes used up now, and maybe Classic feeling as though he has enough to push forwards and fight this army. He can take a good trade here, it would be a fantastic way to make up for the worker losses. He does take a pretty good kind of army-based fight. Coming off another Hydra coming in to reinforce, and whoa, those Hydras from the back not having too great a time either. But 23 probes lost in the meantime. Drones are also going down. Some harassment from Classic across the map, starting to get some damage done. You can see here the Adepts are having a pretty great time. 7 workers haven't fallen so far. Not sure if there's something happening to the bottom left side of the map at the same time too. It looks as though there might be a blue dot there. We still know that Prism was around the last we saw of it, but we haven't seen it again since then, so it still remains to be seen. See a lot more units still just collecting up in towards the center of the map. Archon is about to finish up as well. A few more Lings and a few more Banes building up here too from Björl. I mean, he's just going to go for this attack once again. Is he falling into the trap that Solo fell into yesterday, where Solo just endlessly threw this army? It was Ravagers instead of Hydras, but similar sort of idea, throwing this kind of Ling Bane based with some tech behind it army at his opponent again and again, and Classic in the end just held on and in the end won a fight and counterattacked and won the game. Is Björl doing the wrong thing here by continuing to go towards that? Ooh, High Templars do get connected on. Obviously the other option for Björl is to start teching up, but again, doesn't seem as though he wants to go for that just yet. As we're going to see the Banes rolling forwards very slowly here, really, as we see the Immortals taking a good amount of the damage from that, but tanking it pretty well. The Lings are going to try and turn around now, fight against some of these Archons. This looks like a better fight from Björl, though, and it feels as though the Hydras that are left over should be able to deal enough and deal a lot of damage, but then you realize that Immortals are pretty chunky. The Lings coming forward will protect the Hydras a little bit and allow them to do that damage, and so Classic is in a little bit of trouble here. Immortals are still trying to target down the Hydras, but those Lings are chewing through them. 3 Immortals left on the map, very soon to be 2, as that one on the low ground will also go down here. Some Lings running forwards, trying to do a little bit more, but they're going to keep on surrounding, and I think these Immortals are probably just not long for this world, so there's going to be very low amount of tech. Meanwhile, a big warp in bottom left side of the map, as we don't see any drones dropping just yet, but the Adepts are definitely fighting. There's a spine crawler here, that's what was taking them a little while to get through. You'll see the Prism lifting up a few of those units, escaping away just over to the left-hand side. Classic stays alive, but again, you got to look at this and wonder, I mean, where does he go from this point? Because his tech got reset. He had no Immortals left over after that, no High Templar, no Archons. So he's going to have to rebuild completely, and that generally does favor the Zerg, who's sat up on the 4 bases, who's got an army that's very naturally able to remax. Doesn't take a lot of time to rebuild Lingbane Hydra compared to, well, it takes an eternity to rebuild a decent Immortal account, like what Classic has just come down from. That said, Classic is still okay to be on a free basis for a little while longer. He's in this position where he will be trading more efficiently in a lot of these fights, allowing Björl to be ahead on income, but not taking too much of a lead from that. It does mean at some point soon, though, Classic will have to take a 4th base. You know, he can only be so efficient for so long. And now he's contaminated, slowing down Immortal production. That's the sort of little things that add up to just make life so much more difficult for Classic here, as he looks to warp in a couple more High Templar. Probably another Archon coming into play now. I mean, 6 Storm should be good enough if he's going to hold this off. As we have the Lingbane Hydra up to the top side and getting ready to roll on in to this base. So another attack coming in from Björl in the next few moments. Can Classic find a way to hold this off? It's not going to be easy. Here we go, coming in through the top side. I mean, he's so spread out kind of to the south, to defend where he's been attacked earlier today. As the Banes take damage on the way in, but those Storms, because they're put side by side instead of one in front of the other, the Banes do survive a lot of them, and even though they come through on low health, you know, the Bane connects, it dies anyways, right? So, still gets the damage done with a bunch of those. Classic holding on though. He's still just about around here. And you see the more Lings, more Hydras on the way up, more Banes being morphed again. Buell is just going to keep on endlessly throwing himself at Classic here. Again, at some point I do feel as though Classic has to find a way to try and get a 4th base up though, and still is definitely not going to be easy. It's a whole new position he has to deal with, and you know, he doesn't really have much vision on the map either to keep track of where the Zerg is coming from. Which means that, you know, if he was able to kind of keep track of where the Zerg is coming from, life would be way better for him, because then he'd be able to say, well, okay, I can take a 4th, and if I see going towards my 4th, I position towards the 4th. Ling's getting in towards the natural though, and that's just another issue Classic does not really want to deal with right now. Gonna see one gate on power. I mean, the other pylon here is not going to last too long. A lot of probes going down. A lot of storms used on the front of this army already. Classic. Does he have enough left over to still fight against the rest of the Hydras? More storms dropping down. Now Archons are morphed in to kind of come in and kind of, well, just have some use past the High Templar stage of their lives. And well, Classic pushes it back once again, but he's still just losing so many workers. 22 lost here to Buell. Buell just has so much. He just has so much, and I think in the end Classic has not found the trades he needed to in this game, and now way less than half the worker count of his opponent. His army again right now is okay-ish, but he can only keep kind of warping in for so long. He's going to start moving out onto the map, which is really sort of the desperation moment where he just says, I have to move out here, I have to try and do something. 4th base goes down, will be cancelled almost instantly, I think. As Classic is way out of position to defend. There's no real wall on his natural any longer too, so the Lings get in here, no problem at all. And those probes just keep on dropping. Again, Immortal and Archon trying to do a little bit more, but I mean, having to chase Lings around your main base is the last thing you want to be doing at this stage of the game. You want to be moving out, you want to be attacking or something to try and, you know, use this army while you have some sort of fightable army. You want to be trying to take the 4th base and secure an extra economy. The last thing you want to do is run back into the main and go back to square one, basically. In the meantime, Buell, again, he could have teched up out of this a long time ago, but he decided to keep throwing this kind of mid-tier tech army at his opponent, and it's worked out. And so, honestly, at this point, it makes sense to keep on throwing it at him. I don't feel as though there's a real need. Having broken down Classic so much now, it really is this point, I think, where he doesn't need the Hive, he doesn't need the Great Aspire, or whatever else he might go for, some Vipers and so on. I was just going to be seeing the Lings coming up to this top side. Going to see a couple of probes will get picked off again, and it's just more Lings into the main and natural. And this time Classic is pretty much going to be forced to just keep on moving across the map and initiating what's a little bit of a base trade, I guess, with those Lings in his natural. He doesn't really have the income or the money at all to just realistically go for, you know, a warp in to defend this. So he's just going to slowly lose out. And well, good storms initially here. Obviously, he's going to have to try and find value out of absolutely every single unit. So Classic going to try and set up as much as he can with his in the next few moments. As we'll see the another storm once again looking good. I think he's going to keep on trying to push on forwards, and well, I mean, again, he's getting some decent connections with these initial Archons. The initial storms have been pretty good too. He loses a High Templar though, targeted by the Hydras. Again, every storm is so valuable right now as Buell will come in from the left, from the right. He makes it a 360 surround. GG. Buell shuts it down and takes game 1 of this game, of this best of 7. He is now on a 7-game win streak in the VSL Team League. Can anyone stop this monster? So far the answer's been no. We'll find out very soon. We can maybe find something. GG's. Buell is once again putting Team Hero off to a great start, and Team Zest are going to send out Björn, it seems, to try and take down Buell. We'll be going into that caster nightmare for names after this quick little 2-minute break. Hello, 3, 2, 1. Guys, we're going to jump into our next game. They're so fast again in game, it's crazy. Top right hand side, our blue Terran player from Team Zest is Björn. He's from Team Expert. Bottom left, Summerson. Sorry, I completely forgot what the jokes were in the chat. I missed them. Oh, we've had so many Buell and Björn jokes. Impossible. It's impossible for him to lose. It's Buell bottom left, but Björn is Björn. Unstoppable. Yeah, they're coming through. There's a lot of jokes coming through. I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Can we make hashtag Rifkin drop a thing where a Doom drop goes bad? It's a technical term. I don't know if I really have the power to make anything happen. Maybe we should just call everything a Rifkin drop. Maybe we should just call everything a Rifkin drop, right? Are we missing the sound? We're missing the sound. Sorry guys, apologise. I forgot that I keep muting during the breaks, that you guys don't hear the fact that we're missing intros and stuff. Gonna see Iraq's coming down here. Marine first from Bjorn. This gas has just come up. He will expand here in a moment or so. And it is Bjorn versus Bjorn. I mean, some would say a caster's nightmare. One letter between them. Which letter prevails? L was first in the alphabet. Some would say it's the top dog. But N is kind of like... It's kind of like a... I mean, an N has like 3 lines compared to the 2 lines of an L, and surely that means there's something going for it. It's a tough one to call, L versus N. Early on, Bjorn's going to go for a second Rax here actually, so he is just going to opt for, interesting, a 2-1-1 with a Marine first. Is not really what you see every day, so... A bit of a different way to open here for Bjorn in the early stages. Bjorn, in the meanwhile, he takes the expansion of the low ground initially. No real surprise there. Get your creep out on the map a bit more. And as he sees no early Reaper, he's going to start moving across the map with a few Zerglings. So a few Zerglings going to start moving across the map here, getting up towards the upper right-hand side. And then we'll just try and get a little bit of damage done in the next few moments. So... Gonna see these lings just coming on up and getting ready to try and start nibbling through a few of these depots. And again, just try and pick up some information, really. Try and figure out why haven't you gone for a Reaper, you know? Can I see any buildings here? Are you building Marines? Are you building Hellions? Just try and pick up whatever information you can. I mean, as we said, it's a pretty standard 2-1-1 from Bjorn. It's just the fact that he didn't go for the Reaper, so... all of the kind of Marine production, I guess, kicks in a bit soon. I guess he'll also afford the starport a little bit faster. It's interesting to just bypass the Reaper like this. Let's see how we go. Let's see how it goes. As we do have the single Evo Chamber from Bjorn. We'll probably open up with a Carapace opening here. Generally, if you're going to play against a Terran player, the Carapace helps a lot because, first of all, Terran Marines shoot pretty quickly, but second of all, you're generally going to be taking more shots than hits you deal. Because there's always going to be lings that are kind of, you know, closing the distance towards those Marines and all the rest as well, so... Getting set up towards this, and I'm intrigued to see what the timing is like, because, I mean, these 2 medevacs, again, they're going to be earlier than usual. He's going to have 200 gas pretty much perfectly to stop those 2 medevacs. There they are. They're going to be a bit earlier than usual, but how much earlier? And does he still have only 16 Marines, even though... I guess if the medevacs are earlier, then he has less time to produce Marines, right? And all of it is because he missed out the Reaper, so I guess he should just have still about the 16 Marine number. I'm just going to be seeing the medevacs on the way out then. Let's see if Bjorn will find a way to fight against this. This is just going to hit like, what, like 20 seconds earlier than usual-ish? Leaving the base at 4:30 instead of like 4:45 or so. And Bjorn does not see a thing. Wow. Bjorn sees nothing, man. Like, literally nothing. That was so unlucky. You can see these Marines going to come across and, well, I'm going to start unloading on the edge of the creep. 20 lings on the way up, but I still feel Bjorn will have enough in time to deal with this. As we're going to be seeing the, a lot of these Marines just joining up, and here we go. Going to push on forwards. Marines! Well, where's the scan? You need a scan, right? He's not just going to try and fight the lings. Apparently he is. Alright, let's go for this then, Marines. He's going to get lifted back up. He's just going to back away. Bjorn has enough to defend, and Bjorn can't find any real initial damage. Goes into the 1-1, the combat shields the next medevac as well. Nothing really too surprising just yet. As we're going to be seeing the medevac's just going to start unloading in towards the main, just for a couple of moments though. Things in position, and we're going to try and pick off an Overlord, but Overlord is safe enough to not go down at this. Third CC drops as well now. Just going to be seeing the Marines continue to produce, again, more medevacs on the way out as Bjorn will here just want to kind of keep on kind of adding his units all together and get ready for a next attack. Just continue to set up towards that. And we've seen the lair. Plus 1 melee on the way as well here now from Bjorn too, so going towards his own upgrades. He has Carapace now, right? Yeah, he's got Carapace finished up. So he'll be ahead on kind of the Carapace upgrade for a while here, but Bjorn will get 1-1 before the +1 melee finishes. So again, Bjorn with some great possible aggressive opportunities. I'm so surprised he didn't get the initial scan off to kind of slow this creep down sooner. Obviously, the sooner you slow creep, generally the better it's going to be. As Bjorn picks up a few of these Marines, the next medevac's ready to roll, and Bjorn realizes the issue he might have if there's a lot more Marines coming in. So, realizing the potential problem, he's going to bring a lot of these Marines forwards and get ready to stim forwards, and obviously the Banes will start morphing as well. So Bjorn, let's see if he has enough to defend against this as he sets up and gets ready to go. A few Marines stim forwards, one creep teamer goes down already. It feels as though as a Bane goes down as well, it feels as though Bjorn's kind of just not really going to find a way to keep on pushing. Armory on the way for him, a little bit late, will delay his 2-2 just slightly here. And as we see, the production for Bjorn is still very similar to before. His extra racks are now on the way and being reacted, but still just making Marines. A couple of Widow Mines now being added into as the reactors come down the factory. One full energy Queen goes down. That's actually a pretty big deal. Targets the Banes. There's 1 or 2 Banes though. That's just going to be disastrous. And they do get some good connections in the medevac. Just about able to survive here in the end. So Bjorn with a mixed feeling sort of trade is how I describe that one. Like, he got rid of some Banes, he lost a medevac, he lost some Marines, but at the end of the day he still got out of a very bad situation with kind of more than I guess you would expect him to come out with. Limbs come through and they find a few Marines just lone out on the map, so that's going to be a little bit of a victory there. We're going to see these Marines going to drop on over to the left side, going to try and get some damage on towards the 4th, but Bjorn's pretty central of his unit, so it won't take him long at all to get in position here to fight. And Bjorn pretty much just instantly lifts on up and backs away to the left-hand side. And in the end, Bjorn is actually going to take the upgrade lead, only by a few seconds, but it means that the upgrades are pretty much evened out compared to Bjorn being a little bit behind where he should be, I think. Spire going to finish on up, and we're going to be seeing the 13 extra drones on the way as Bjorn just getting pretty much the last little bit of economy set up for himself that he'll need throughout this game, unless of course at some point he's going to lose some workers, which is entirely possible. Then against someone as crazy as Bjorn, as he does target down very nicely, 1, 2, and 3 Banelings. Again, just such sick micro every single time you see Bjorn play. Just always on point with the target fire and all the rest of it, as we're just going to be seeing the again, a few Lings running forwards, and it's nice harassment from Bjorn, just making the most out of the kind of non-muta stage of the game. But now the mutas are pretty much ready to go, and ooh, 9 drones going down though. Big drop towards the 4th base that we're not seeing right now. Meanwhile, a big kind of counterattack is, oh, he lifts the Widow Mines at pretty much the worst possible time. The 4th base from Bjorn is going to fall though. That does come in on the picture-in-picture, finally. That's where a lot of those drones have gone down. It's a big play by Bjorn to get rid of the 4th, and Bjorn might be in a little bit of an issue because of that right here. We're seeing the Marines going to continue to fight, continue to trade. Obviously, eventually some units will come in to respond to this. Again, the Widow Mine is loading just before they could have maybe got a nice big connection. And suddenly Bjorn plays 3 base against 3 base here against Bjorn, and Bjorn will be looking to try and I don't know what Bjorn really looks to try and do here. Bjorn pushes out, he's going to keep on attacking. Bjorn needs to reset the kind of 4th base, obviously. So at this stage of the game, obviously, with Muta's out too, where we're probably going to want to see Bjorn not really drop as much, and really start going for just larger pushes in one direction, with maybe the odd drop peeling away and trying to hit elsewhere when he knows the Mutas are not nearby. Because dropping at this stage of the game, with Mutas on the map, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose those drops time and time again. As you'll see, big drop into the main. Not sure how I feel about this. The Mutas get 1 medevac pretty quickly. And obviously, again, just retreating out of this is maybe going to be somewhat problematic too, as we see the Mutas. That was a nice little lift up on the Widow Mines from Bjorn, just to make sure that he doesn't fire and friendly fire onto himself. Lifts and gets away with quite a lot there. Risky maneuver does pay off fairly decently for him, as we're going to see this little drop over here. Finds a couple of Banes. Does he actually get the kill? There's one Marauder wants it, but does not find it in the very end. More medevac's down the right side of the map. Another CC begins to build up in the main. A nice scan coming on down, getting rid of a whole bunch of these creep tumors. So much creep being cleaned out now. Stutter stepping back. Widow Mines are going to find some decent connections as well. Yeah, they kind of just get left over here to die, but still not bad. And actually a bit of a mistake there, using a couple of Banes to clean up the mines, rather than the much more effective kind of Zerglin players. Oh my god, the Overseer is going to take the shot. Could have splashed onto some Banes if he wasn't careful. Just clean up that Widow Mine as well, though. This drop still looking around, looking to hit the 4th once again. As Bjorn still just controlling the pacing of this game in the last few moments, and another drop into the main. I really thought this drop play would let up a little bit with the Mutas on the map, but Bjorn has been just pulling Bjorn all over the place to the point where Bjorn can't really deal with all the drops. He does clean up this drop to the left-hand side though, so that's nice. Widow Mine's getting some decent-ish connections again. One gets a good connection, 22 kills on it. The other one just getting a couple of Zerglings. But most importantly, the medevac's getting out. Meanwhile, Bjorn is once again pushing back creep in the center. He's just in kind of 3-4 locations at the same time, it seems, continuing to put out some really good damage here. CC will lift and position itself down towards the 4th base in the next couple of moments. A lot more Banes continue just morph on in, and SCV is just going to transfer over into that 4th base over the next few moments as well. Another extractor coming on down, and again, just going to be seeing the army here of Bjorn. Just some very good numbers, and continue to see what happens next, right? I mean, does he just go for the larger push? Obviously, I think with the damage he's done and how much he's set Bjorn back, he sort of knows that Bjorn would be left on kind of Mutaling Bane for a while. Trying to tech up in towards Ultras in this situation would be kind of just instant death. It's very difficult to get tech up to Ultras anyways after playing Mutaling Bane. It's even harder when you've been playing from behind initially. You see, these Mutas are not going to be... well, actually, there's a lot of Marines here. There's a little bit of trade starting already. The Banes crashing forwards. These Banes hitting onto a lot more bio than I really thought initially at the front. And the Mutas are still across the map, not being scared away to go back home or anything. To help defend, he obviously feels he's got plenty of Ling Bane, and honestly he does. And Bjorn just having to run around after the Mutas. It's always frustrating as a Terran player when you have to chase Mutas, because they're super fast, they're super mobile, and they're very difficult to kind of just get enough Marines and turrets to fight against. So it's very, very kind of annoying right here. But Bjorn is, is he going to lose the 3-3? He's going to lose the +3 attack, and he was so close to finishing. You can see Bjorn's facial reaction to that. He knows that's frustrating. He knows that's a big advantage for him as well. Man, these Mutas are so annoying at this point. To be fair, the engineering bay position, you could criticize it slightly. The fact that it is kind of choked up, so you couldn't get a full surround of the SCVs. I mean, it's obviously a very small, it's a very kind of slight thing to criticize, but when you're playing at this sort of level, it can make the difference, because +3 attack, not having that is actually going to give Bjorn such a hugely fun time. And Bjorn is currently talking to himself. Probably asking, why did you kill my +3 attack, bro? That ain't cool. I didn't kill all your Mutas, yet you killed my one single upgrade? Buddy, we ain't friends. You know, we're meant to be the Bjorn family. As Muta's taking damage, as you can see in the PIP, just about more or less again. Sorry. I don't know where to actually put the logos without them just being in the way of everything at some point. So, yeah, Muta's continue to fight Marines. More Marines coming in. The Mutas are all dying. Bjorn, what on earth are you doing, Bjorn? Bjorn, you've just lost every single Mutalisk, and now you can see Bjorn's facial reaction too, which is a little bit like, what on earth have I done? Mistakes were made as Bjorn realizes this is a bit of a tough corner to be in, has to lift up, back away. Both these players right now sort of feel as though they're starting to tilt a little bit. They're like, uh-oh, like, nothing is going right for me, but like, it's kind of crazy because both players are making these mistakes. Banes, I think, are just going to blow up this planetary. It's a lot of Banes to use on a planetary though, and it should open a possible immediate counterattack here for Bjorn to just go across the map. I mean, he just killed a bunch of Mutas. He's just, seen kind of like 17 Bane lanes being used on a planetary fortress as well. Probably worthwhile to get across the map and do some damage. Just go for the larger push. He's just scanned top left, so he knows that's there too. We'll replace that planetary with an orbital. Obviously not as strong, but still some economy, and he does need extra mining here in the near future. His mining right now compared to Bjorn's is very low. You can see it just next to the minerals and gas. The difference in mineral mining momentarily was down by about 2,000 for Bjorn per minute, which is a huge number. Drop to the top left hand side as Bjorn will just slow down the mining over here. Again, knowing about that base, I mean, that's where, that's the position where basically, nice catch on so many Banes as well here in the center. That's the sort of position in the top left where your opponent is just stretched so thinly out to kind of defend. So it really is the sort of position you want to start dropping into, as Muta's back to harassing, as he has put some money into rebuilding all of those. But man, so many Banes going down in the recent few moments. I wonder if Bjorn has enough to really keep on fighting. Lots of Ling Bane over here, and Bjorn might catch kind of back end of this. Finds a lot of these Bane lanes, and he will get some good Widowmine shots too. No, they don't go off. He cleans up so many of these Banes because they're running around on their own essentially. Orbital Command Center under fire will probably be killed off here. And that means that Bjorn really is running out of money now. He's got good reinforcements to shut down the Lings at the front though, so he's going to be able to get rid of those. Meanwhile, there's only a few Banes left as well. As he stops running towards the Banes, he does get rid of them. Nice target fire because some Lings did come in front of them towards the end. Widowmine's going off, actually doing a lot of damage to the Terran player. He's cleaned up reinforcements though. This is so hectic. Bjorn only has 2 command centers left. I feel as though Bjorn's going to he is going to run out of kind of momentum when it comes to just being able to rebuild units. However, he's got a huge army in comparison to Bjorn. So Bjorn needs to just win one fight, and he should be good. But Bjorn is not going to let that happen easily. You know, he's just got so much. He's actually going to go for the safer route around this, as we see Mutas slowly but surely being hit by Widow Mines all over the place. When I say the safer route for Bjorn, that's going to be to go and shut down some of the economy of Bjorn. Rather than just taking one large fight, he says, well, I feel as though maybe just shutting down this base initially would be the safer thing to do, but it gives Bjorn more time to, well, just set up more units. 30 SCVs versus 16 30 SCVs versus 16 workers going down. And the last few moments, some Burrowed Banes as well. I mean, we are on super low command center numbers. And Burrowed Banes, something that hasn't been used yet this game, could be a huge way to grab a good clump of Marines and just tilt the armies back into the realms of possibility for Bjorn to fight against. Marines, Widow Mines collecting up towards this orbital, knowing he has to some extent defend this gold base now. He needs this mining. I mean, it's only 14 workers on the map, so anything for Bjorn is going to be hugely important. So far, he's been avoiding the Burrowed Banes. But I wonder how much, I wonder if he does start scanning and looking for the Burrowed Banes, because man, it's a huge threat to him right now. But he just doesn't really, he hasn't really had any reason to think about it. You know, he hasn't seen them before in this game. He's seen no real usage of Burrow throughout the game by Bjorn. So why would you worry about Burrowed Banes? Well, it's one of the last things. It's one of those things that you just have to be, you just always have to be thinking about. Oh, the Widow Mines get a lot of the mutas and they get them low, but it doesn't kill too many actually in the end. Marines will come in and, oh, now he's going to have the burrow revealed. And that's dangerous because now the burrow is known about. And that's a nice scan, by the way, cleaned up a lot of those lings. Mutas try and dive in towards the main. Still only 2 orbitals on the map. Uh-oh, Bjorn! He's gonna run over them and the connection is there and Bjorn throws out his tongue. Like, the facial expressions in this game are on point. We've seen so much emotion between the players. The thing is, Bjorn still has enough to push and fight. There's another couple of Burrowed Banes down here, and, well, how are they gonna find a connection? I think Bjorn, just in general, will walk around the map a bit more heavily spread this time around the Banes there. Oh, he's kind of clumping up on top of them. There's actually Widow Mines about to go off, and he just lifts up to boost away, but Medivacs are going to be in trouble momentarily. The mutas are coming in to intercept. Bjorn is looking for somewhere to drop down where he's going to be in a little bit less trouble, but every Medivac is starting to disappear. Again, his Medivac count about half right there, and Bjorn, his army supply advantage is disappearing. It's wailing away. I mean, Bjorn has played this out so beautifully, knowing he couldn't really afford a straight-up fight in a lot of these situations, has been counter-attacking, has been harassing, has been keeping Bjorn from going for the large, big army engagement. And that's been what's kept Bjorn in this for a lot of it. Not over yet. Bjorn still has an army to fight with. He's splits away from Banes right now. He has a good amount of Marines left over. Only mutas in the sky, nothing on the ground. Bjorn's still 20 army supply ahead as he shuts down this base once again somewhere. Somehow, Marines have still been made, and so he comes out with a few more. At this point, mining is pretty much non-existent for Bjorn as well. His 3 bases mined out, his 4th base very limited in mining. Even drones being pulled across the map trying to shut down this gold base. As we see Widow Mines still going off all over the place here, killing off so many mutalists, and Bjorn's gonna type out GG! Wow, what a game! And Bjorn is gonna be the victor. Wow. I mean, he had more workers, but he didn't actually have any mining. And Bjorn is defeated in the most important match of the tournament. Bjorn shuts down Bjorn. It's 1-1 in this best of 7 grand final. Team Zest and Team Hero going head to head. We'll see who comes out next from Team Hero. After this quick commercial break, guys, do not go anywhere because this series so far has been absolutely crazy. It's getting so involved in Twitch chat, I forgot to come back from the break. It's a really intense game, obviously, and so much going on, like so much to think about. Bjorn knew, like, he just had to outlast the 4-base Zerg and trade efficiently enough to just make what he had work out. And he just about made it happen as, whoa, it's Hero! We actually haven't seen Hero in this entire event yet. 2nd place in the VSL Individual League, and Team Hero has been carrying Hero without Hero having to do too much at all. So we're going to be jumping on into game number 3 of this series. It's only 1-1. This series has been insane. absolutely insane. You should go tell all your friends and tell everyone that this series is getting to an incredible kind of stage right now, because it's been truly, truly incredible. But the first time we get to see Hero, let's see how it's going to go. Let's get set up into this. See what map it's going to be as well. We don't actually know just yet. 2017 Season 1 of the VSL Team League. See our map. Corsair Gear. Wow. Abyssal Reef is the map to see which of these two teams will take the lead. Top left, team captain Hero is our red Protoss player. He's been known for some very solid PvT lately. A few shenanigans mixed in there. Bjorn going to be the one to instigate the shenanigans as the blue Terran player to the bottom right side of the map. But it is SCV towards the upper left. Brax comes down, gets ready to roll. So you just set up into this and have a little bit of a look to see what's going to be happening and how the game develops from what is, again, obviously right from the get-go, aggression out of Bjorn. Now you saw him doing this against Stats as well, of course, in the earlier game, in the earlier series today. Bjorn in general has had a pretty solid event. Did lose to Patience in the first match, won 3 games before losing a solo yesterday. And so far today, he took 3 wins again, so he's 6-1 in maps. Now 7-1, of course, after taking down Biol, who was 7-0 in maps. One more win, and he'll be, I believe, the top-placed player in the statistics for the event. So we're going to be seeing the Nexus dropping down. Hero, no shenanigans this time around. Straight-up standard play for him. Not going to try one base or anything, and Bjorn throws down the Proxied Factory. He obviously has not been enjoying playing against Protoss lately, because he just keeps going for these very aggressive plays. Like, he goes from the, he goes between proxies, just straight up 2-base aggression, all-ins and attacks. And here we go, first Reaper comes in super quickly. It'll be the first thing that Hero sees to really tell him that this is some sort of proxy play, the speed of this Reaper arriving. So Reaper gets in already. First probe's already blasting the sky. It's already good mining time being, lost here, basically. As we see one probe going down. Good micro by Hero to pull that other probe away. The Reaper knows he's going to get trapped in, and he is trapped. Can he target down the lower health probe? He just gets it. Reaper going down is definitely an unfortunate situation as the factory now finishing. Cyclone begins to build. And there is still gas for a starport to build too. Looks as though Bjorn going to hide it away behind the mineral line here. Here we're going to opt for the Stargate opener. The Stargate being a very solid way to set up here initially and to, again, defend against aggressive players of a Terran. We saw it earlier with Zest against Forte. That was kind of a bit of a weirder game, 1 base against 1 base. But in general, we saw the power of the Phoenix and even the Oracle to some extent, and as to what it could do. The thing is, though, if Bjorn goes into Cloak Banshee, which I feel as though he will, I feel as though he's going to go into Cloak Banshee because he's expecting Phoenix as a way to defend against the push here. And you can see the Oracle was starting to build. He's going to cancel the build of Void Ray instead. I mean, that works too, because if he's going Cloak Banshee, as long as there's not an Oracle to detect and throw down a Revelation, then it's never going to be killed, and that Banshee's just going to do endless damage. Hero has bigger issues right now, though. He's currently in a bit of a battle with his natural expansion, trying to keep this alive. The bunker is on the way up, and it might even get a chance to finish here. And Depth will commit forwards to get the final shot, just get rid of the SCV. There's another SCV nearby, and there is that cloak starting on up. Again, set up and ready to go. This Nexus will fall, and all of a sudden Hero is in a very, very strange position. Here we've seen the probe in the back is going to get picked off as well, and again, these couple of Adepts just going to be trying to see what they can do, pick up some information. Already difficult though for Hero, especially because like the Void Ray is all well and good to help him defend. What's on the way out now? An Oracle, okay. Very smart from Hero, but he's supply blocked, right? Is he? No, not anymore. He was supply blocked momentarily. But the Oracle is very smart, because obviously the Oracle is the way in which he's going to be able to... is going to be his way to kind of detect the Banshees. That said, the Oracle comes out very late, so it will be low on energy, and if it's low on energy, the first Revelation might go down, but what do you do about the second Banshee? Lots of potential issues here in the very near future for Hero. All Bjorn has to do is keep these Banshees split up, and I feel as though he's going to find himself a fantastic setup to kind of move onwards in this game. We have a tank moving forwards as well. Now, the Cyclones went all the way back home to deal with the Adepts. And I think the Adepts are now back on the way up through the centers. Oh, no! The Oracle's on the way out across the map. Sees the starport, starts to turn around. Where's the Banshee? First Banshee's going to hit the mineral line in just a moment. The second Banshee pops out. Oh, man. First Banshee's cloaked up in Hero. And again, he's got the Revelation. He's going to need to start a second Oracle, though, I think. He's still got a Void Ray in production. He's going to see Bjorn. Well, he just flies in with the second Banshee, cloaks up, and Hero just does not have the energy yet to deal with this. 6, 7 probes already going down, and more are dropping. So far, Hero's actually just being put back to kind of 1 base saturation, but still, it's all adding up as that Oracle, it's just got so long. I mean, the Banshee runs out of energy before the Oracle gets a Revelation here. So, I mean, that's 14, 15 probes killed. Now the probes are starting to run away, but that's just lost mining time, and Hero is dropping further and further in this game. There's the Banshee out of energy, gets 1, 2 more probes just before it goes down to the Stalkers. 20 workers killed. Meanwhile, the Voids will move forwards, and they will begin to stop this starport. However, they've used prismatic alignment. The Cyclones lock on. The Marines are here to help out. Bit of an awkward moment or two. The Banshee does get away, just pull off to the side. Another Viking being made now as the starport is indeed saved. But the fact that these Void Rays are very segregated from the rest of the army is maybe a little bit problematic. Missile turret here, so we're going to see the Oracle flying forwards. Revelate to the front, but there's another Banshee! Oh no, Hero! He shakes his head because he knows what he's just done. What a mistake to make. Ah, absolute disaster. Throws the Revelation down. He's got a robot now. He's about to get an Observer, but man, obviously losing another 6 workers is far from ideal. There's 7, 8 workers killed. All because he threw a Revelation on the tanks. I mean, what are you going to gain from that Revelation anyways? I mean, yeah, okay, you see if your unit, you see if your opponent's maybe advancing a bit further forwards. It's obviously nowhere near as important as just staying straight up alive here. Like the introduction of the Vikings, just something a little bit extra to fight against these Void Rays with, as we see the Adepts going to shade onto this. Here we go, the Voids will help to commit forwards, and, well, so far the tanks will go down pretty quickly, but, I mean, the Voids don't have much life left in them at all, really, and there's too many Marines here, realistically, and Void Ray will get shot down too, and that's very expensive. Hero on only 8 workers cannot keep this up. The team captain, in his first appearance in the league, it will be his last, and he will only play 1 game. Bjorn is once again just looking to be unstoppable today. Takes the game, drinks some water. GG. It's a 2-1 lead here for Team Hero. They have Bunny and Trust left to send out. Against Bjorn? It's a tough one to call. It's a tough one to say which way this is going to go. We're going to set up and see who comes in next in just a couple of moments. 9:32 is Jachi. Or is it Classic? Whose phone was it? Whoever it was, they just got a notification. They should check that, man. Too busy talking with his friends to check his phone. Oh, was it Classic's phone? I couldn't see who was holding the phone there for a moment or so. It's Classic. 9:32 in Korea, guys. Perfect. Alright. Bjorn is obviously out. We're going to go into our next game in just a couple of moments. Let's just wait for it. Let's not throw a break on. Let's just wait for this. See how this is going to go. As they come back to... Of course, the one time I don't throw a break on, they come back to talk to each other. Like, hey guys, we heard there's an English stream trying to figure out when to run ads, so we're going to do the exact opposite of what the English stream thinks to do. Alright. Bjorn. So that's 8-1 now for Bjorn, right? In this tournament? 8-1. 8-2, sorry. 8-2. Not bad. Not bad at all. Currently just carrying Team Zest through. And of course, this is the grand final, so the winners will be decided with this series, guys. So this is a big one. So we get set up and ready to go in game. What you guys feeling? Who you guys thinking? Always happy to hear who you're supporting and who you're cheering on, of course, so do let me know. As we do have our player about to be revealed in a little box to the right hand side. It is dun 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 dun. You guys know who it is? I don't. I do. It's Trust. Going on in here. It is Trust, right? It's Trust. It's like one of the Korean plays I'm not so familiar with. I'm like, don't want to say it wrong. Put his name up. Even the VSL guys didn't know. There we go. Trust. Comes on through. Thank you, Tyrius, for the tier 100 in the chat again. Says lives in Korea. Wish they could drive as well as they play StarCraft. I'm pretty sure that's true around the world, mate. It's the same in the UK. I wish they could drive as well as they drink. Right for the tier 100. Hey, Roddy, would I ever put pineapples on my pizza? It's a dumb discussion, man. Of course you would. Pineapples add so much flavor. I know that's like an unpopular opinion over here on BaseTradeTV, but why wouldn't? Trust versus Beyond on Newkirk Precinct. Oh, they put the maps up on the center there. But that gets rid of the excitement of the map intro. Okay, guys, Björn has been playing very aggressively against pros players today. Let's see what he's going to do against Trust to take him down, to put Team Zest onto match point. ... Fight again, Tears with the tier 101 scores, has lived in the UK for 3 years too. He gets around. I wish I lived in Korea, man. I wish I went to Korea. I want to go to Korea. My friend, actually, someone just asked me today if I want to go to Korea in the summer, and I'm like, oh, but I want to go to so many StarCraft events. I want to go to Valencia and places. I just can't afford to go to Korea. Sad times. Guys, let's go in game. Sorry, I forgot to put the full screen on. Bottom right, bottom left is Björn, bottom right is Trust in this TVP. How do you... What I don't get is, like, I can understand if you maybe don't like pineapple on your pizza. I mean, I can understand if for some reason you just don't appreciate flavor and taste and, like, nice stuff. I get that. What I don't understand is why you care so much. And why you're so passionate about this topic. Like, it really, truly... I don't know, man. I don't know how you can feel so passionately about something. It's crazy. It's crazy. You have a spare room? I have somewhere to stay in Korea for free. I just can't afford the flight out with everywhere else I want to go this year. Just can't afford to fly out there, man. It's not cheap. It's like, I think the cheapest flight was like £700-800 plus the fact it's like, got to spend money on Korean food, which is going to be real good. Okay. What are we feeling passionate about? Definitely not the game, apparently. Let's talk about the game, though. Let's put some of this passion into the game. Why? You know, it's crazy. We talk about pineapple on pizza, and the chat goes, like, wilder than it's been throughout all of these 6 games of StarCraft. Come on, guys. Get some priorities. Talk about these games. Spread the hype. Command Center first. 2 racks coming down. 3 racks coming down as a follow-up, as expected. As in the meantime, Trust is just going to throw down a Nexus and a Cybernetics core. And a pylon hidden up to this top side. Spalon comes up here to the top, and just going to be seeing the seeing what's going to happen. I guess. What's he going to proxy? It's not really a proxy Stargate location. It's more like a proxy Twilight location into. Oh, okay, throw down the Stargate then. It's okay. It's okay. Throw down the Stargate. Just be like, yeah, hey, you know what, guys? This guy likes pineapple and pizza. Let's just do everything to make him look like an idiot from now on. So, there's going to be throwing the Stargate down. And, yeah, setting up into this. Does the clean feed look a little bit like FPS laggy to you guys? It looks a little bit like less smooth than it has been throughout the day. As you see these, this probe approach in the front. The thing is, with this Stargate kind of hidden away, I kind of feel like it's okay for Bjorn, you know, with a CC first into triple racks. The build is designed to have enough Marines out at the point at which a Oracle hits to defend an Oracle in both the natural and the main base at the same time. Some probes continue to come on over, just starting to mine away over in the natural expansion, and again, Oracle on the way up, about halfway done. Yeah, the frame rate does look a little bit low at the moment. Should I just try a quick pause and unpause? Yeah, not sure, guys. It's just a little bit shakier than it was for the rest of the day. We'll try and get it fixed after the next game. For now, we'll just deal with it a little bit. As we do see reactors coming up from Bjorn again. These are timed out so that they should be... I guess the Adepts coming across the map complicates things, but he just has to pull SCVs in to help, and Marines on the high ground, I guess he'll pull the rest of his Marines down too. Uh-oh, not pretty so far. So the Oracle comes in here, and we're going to see the Marines continue to try and work their way through the Oracle, and the Adepts doing a good amount of damage. Actually, only 3 Marines left, but the Oracle's super low as well. These Marines will be able to take down the Adepts here. And he will survive. Second Oracle, though, coming forwards, and Bjorn a little bit of trouble against this. But he does have reactors finishing now. Missile turrets will begin as well. So Bjorn just needs a few seconds, but obviously Trust will probably not try and give him a few seconds here. More Marines on the way out, but they're just not ready yet. He will try and target down the lower health. Oracle doesn't happen, and Bjorn has a little bit of a sigh for himself right there. I mean, again, his mineral lines are safe. The turrets will be finished. But it's definitely frustrating right now as we see Trust getting a lot of damage done and going into a third Oracle too. Is this Haas? I thought Haas was at Austin. He's throwing down so many Oracles. It's starting to look a little bit Haas-esque going into the third Oracle of the game now. In the meantime, just throws down the third Nexus. So third Nexus coming into play. Bunker coming up at the front, and he's going to see the Twilight and Forge follow-up. Obviously, the follow-up to this naturally would be kind of Phoenix Adept. The Twilight and Forge is very suggestive of that, obviously, though, so far. We're yet to see a Phoenix being made. So one of the Oracles go down to the turret. I think I might have just missed something there. Anyways, we see these Marines trying to fight one Oracle as it comes back in, and Bunker about to finish up at the front as well. A couple of SCVs getting picked off here towards the front too, so a little bit of damage being dealt. I was just going to be seeing the Oracles. No, that Oracle is still alive. I was just wondering where it was. Didn't see it on the minimap there. So Oracle does stay alive. There's the +1. No Phoenix production, but still could be Glaives as a follow-up to this and just going into a lot of the depths. Could get very aggressive with it too, honestly. You see Bjorn coming forward with the stim pack there. Does find one of the Oracles, picks that off, and keeps himself in a decent position for now. Single Marine across the map is going to do some damage as well. Picks up a probe and gets a nice little scout into the natural. Sees the Robo, the Forge, and the Twilight Council all been used up. How expensive is it to activate the Oracle Cannon in mana? It's like 20-ish energy. It's 20 or 25 energy. But it's not cheap. It means that you do have to kind of think about it. We'll see it right now, perhaps. Nope, we'll just see the Oracle dying. It's not cheap, really, to kind of activate Oracle energy. So when you kind of commit to it, you have to really keep on going with the Pulsar Beam and really try and, deal some damage. You can't just deactivate and then activate again a second later. You've got to think about it a little bit. Have a Sentry, more depth warping in. I mean, this is a lot of Marines, combat shields, and +1 about to finish with the first 2 medevacs coming across too. And there's some there's some potential here, honestly, for Bjorn as he comes across the map to just push on in and to get some good damage, I think. I mean, yeah, depths and Sentry. I mean, there's no +1 and no Glaives yet, though, so actually Trust is just a few seconds away from some very vital upgrades in this current engagement. Obviously, Bjorn doesn't know that, though, so he might not go for it, but he does go for it. There's the Force Fields. Force Fields are good enough to split those Marines in half and to keep Bjorn from really just pressing on in. Bjorn, Widowmine production has started, extra racks coming down. He's once again just going for this 2-base play. He's not committing into any sort of, kind of macro play at all against Protoss players today. He just continues to throw himself into these aggressive scenarios, game after game after game. More Marines dropping off here, and again, this is what we've seen Bjorn doing, just producing a lot of units and just setting up, and obviously initially it doesn't look great for him, but then the Liberators come across, the Mines join in, and that's when it gets very difficult for the Protoss player to start really dealing with this constant push of the Terran. So Depot's finishing. The third CC will come up behind this, and that's something which I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, Bjorn has gone for in the earlier earlier cases of PvT earlier today. I was going to say a nice little play would be the Warp Prism, something we've seen earlier too, and that allows Trust to get across the map, get into the base, and start, dealing some damage, picking away at some of those SCVs. And I think one of the most important things is you distract Bjorn from reinforcing the main army towards the front. You see the Prism is continuing to just get ready to warp in, but Bjorn is getting ready for the larger attack, and well, let's see if he can distract that Prism from coming forward. Nice scan on the Observer. He did kill all the Oracles, by the way, which means no Revelation, which means once those mines are burrowed, they are burrowed for good, as Liberators keep on pressing forwards. He's going to start dropping off here, and you're going to be seeing, again, the Stalkers taking a lot of damage right now. Liberators still working away. The Widow Mines, though, are cleaning out so many Adepts. I would say that's a good initial fight here from Bjorn. Putting himself into a good little position as, well, another Immortal comes down the ramp. Will sit out the front here. Stalker going down towards the front as well. Adepts taking a bit more damage, and this Pylon 2 also going to get taken down. Mothership Core shot out the sky. No Pylons to overcharge anyways. Actually, no Pylons to warp in from on the low ground any longer. Meanwhile, Adepts are in the base of Bjorn. He goes back home to pull his workers away. Reinforcements will start to push forwards to deal with that. And again, he's in a great aggressive position here. The Widow Mines are off cooldown, and they're going to try and get some more damage done. I mean, they're so good at just zoning you. So, and that's the whole point of this push. It's so good at zoning all the way through the situation. 9 SCVs lost for Bjorn, but he's making very good progress against the third Nexus, obviously. And now the Immortal goes down to Liberator Fire. Big pickoffs right there, as we see a couple of Pylons also going to go down. And the Nexus will fall too. Another Pylon getting picked off, and that's pretty much it, right? Well, I mean, it's not over, but it's a very similar situation to what happened against Stats on this map. It's a very similar situation to what happened against Patience earlier on Honor Grounds, where now Bjorn sieges up the Natural, and you at some point have to make a commitment forwards. Bjorn is going to be a bit more aggressive than just sieging up the Natural. He's going to push right on in here, and there's just no answer from Trust. GG. Bjorn has put Team Zest onto match point in the grand finals of the VSTL Season 1 of 2017. One more map, and he is going to pick himself up the all kill, something he was denied from yesterday. And the rest of Team Zest just smiling pretty confidently, just nodding like, yep, this is what we expected, this is what we wanted. Our Pokemon Milk has carried us through, and we ain't stopping here. Guys, we're going to throw it into a quick 2-minute break. When we return, could be the last map of the night, because Bjorn is looking to be unstoppable. Let's see if Bjorn can stop it. Hello, hello, hello! As you can see, our map intro is here for our final player coming through from Team Hero. Bottom right hand side, the Team Hero player, it is Bunny. And upper left, Bjorn. On the verge of an all-kill for the second time in 2 days. Fighting match against Tiras. Loads of bits being thrown out in the chat. Thank you for supporting BaseTradeTV. I'm sure Riff and ZG appreciate all the support. Thank you for continuously cheering throughout the day. And building the hype as we set up into this fifth game of the best of 7. I'm going to see Refinery finishing up here. And it is TVT, of course, to potentially wrap up our day unless Bunny can stop Bjorn all-killing yet again. Yesterday it was Solar. Today it could be Bunny. We shall indeed find out over the next few moments. Again, of course, Bunny could... Bunny's a good player. He's not bad. He's just maybe not considered to be one of the top-tier Koreans. So he could definitely do some damage, though. He could definitely... Especially, I feel in a TVT, I reckon he could take down Bjorn. TVT, a very volatile matchup at points. There's possibilities. There's possibilities. If he does get through Bjorn, by the way, he does have to play against Jiachi and Zest. Which is doable, but still difficult, of course. As we set up, and we just wait to see the first units coming out onto the map here. So we're going to see a couple of Reapers being made, a Reaper being made on either side. Factories on the way too. The builds are slightly different. Bunny opting for that earlier expansion compared to Bjorn, who opts for the kind of double gas one base opening. So going to be a much later expansion from Bjorn. As he pushes across with the first Reaper, we'll look to try and get some damage done, of course. But I mean, his opponent has a Reaper too. It's just some initial information being gained. Bjorn factory finishes. We're going to start seeing what exactly the plan is for him. Cyclone, a Hellion. It's going to be a Cyclone, and then the Starport will begin to build next to the barracks, which probably means a Tech Lab in the near future. Tech Lab probably means a Raven nowadays. We're going to see, but again, push back with his Reaper. A little bit random this fight. I actually think Bjorn got the slight edge on that there. Not in the end. Bjorn takes the risk. It's a 50-50 really, because there's always a random attack time. You can see Bjorn, look at Bjorn's face, man. He's like, ah, come on, man. Flip the coin. I mean, there's a small difference between there's a small, in case you guys don't know this, a small like random delay on every unit's attack. So in a fight like that, Reaper on Reaper, completely random who's going to win. And Bjorn sort of just flipped the coin and went back in, and Bunny picked up the kill. It's just one Reaper, it's not the end of the world. We're actually going to see Bjorn going for the Cloak Banshee play. So opener of the Cloak Banshee, something that hasn't been as popular in TVT lately compared to kind of just Raven play. And that's probably because Ravens have been so kind of in season, I suppose, that it's been made a lot more sense to kind of not build Banshees against the opponent's Ravens. But see how this one turns out. We see at the front, Reaper and a Cyclone from Bjorn is finding a way to be aggressive. Some small trades early, and he's going to try and target down the Cyclone. Not going to happen though. Does keep his second Reaper alive. CC just dropping down onto the natural expansion, of course. I mean, at some point Bjorn was going to expand, and it's going to be right now. Bjorn looking as though he's a bit behind at the moment. You've got to remember he has got Cloak Banshee. He's going to be coming across the map very soon. It's going to take up scans, and it's also, most importantly, going to probably do some damage, because there's not any sort of detection on the map. Engineering base starts to build. Nice scan from Bunny. Sees it now, and it just gives him the warning to save some scans for potential Banshees. That's coming down to the bottom side. We're going to be seeing this first Banshee getting ready to run on in towards the natural expansion and to deal some damage. The Banshee flies on in right away. Already one worker going down. He's going to force the Cyclones to lock on. Then he cloaks. It's actually kind of cute, because it means now the Cyclones aren't going to stay locked on for a while. That was very cute. Only really Cyclones here as the anti-air. Not super reliable just because of how the Banshee can pull away from them. So probably not something he wants to just kind of scan onto right away. We're going to see two Cyclones now coming across from Bjorn, coming back into play here. We're going to keep on fighting this. We're going to see the Marines going to keep fighting that Banshee in the sky. A Viking comes in too. Then the Banshee is actually, that's all that for, because there's a drop in the natural of Bjorn. He actually doesn't lose any workers, but we're not seen at all on the map. It's been lifted up and dropped now into the main base. Observer! Observer! There we go. Gets there in the end. Banshee will be used to defend, and a couple of workers going down. Bjorn's still 3 workers down in total. Raven production starting up on either side as well. Scan coming in. We'll clean up yet another Banshee here. Obviously the Banshee's being lost. It means that Bjorn loses out a little bit of army, a little bit of something which can help to defend or harass. A little bit of a push at the front. I feel as though there's plenty here though for Bjorn to defend. The drop in the main, somewhat problematic because he's a bit out of position, but should be able to come back into it momentarily. We saw for a moment Bunny started up his cloak, which I don't know if it's just a fake or anything. I think he just cancelled it though. It's Engineering Bay taking heavy shots, by the way. It's actually a pretty big deal as Bjorn lost a few workers going into it as well. He will defend the Engineering Bay. Tries to get the kill, but Cyclones come in, and they're actually going to lock onto the medevac as well. They'll probably pick up a kill. That's what the zoom he wanted to go for, Observer. He does kill the medevac with Marines and a Cyclone inside of it. So Starport is going to be coming up here, and well, all said and done, Bjorn comes out with a little bit of an army supply lead, slightly trailing in terms of workers. Both players on pretty similar production, third base, not seen from either player. Bunny's a little bit later, I think, on the second, third, and racks, but he's a bit faster on the fourth and fifth. So again, just in general, some small differences between the players. Both players holding advantages here and there. It's pretty up in the air to kind of who overall is in the lead, I would say. Double upgrades, for example, from Bunny, but Bjorn's faster on the stim pack, which means a faster combat shields, which can always be pretty deadly. Yeah, it's difficult to judge right now which player exactly is overall in the lead. As you see, Bjorn's actually going to have double tech labs. He's going to go for maybe a combat shield timing very quickly here. Goes down auto turret, will get a couple of SCVs. Pulls away with this Raven. Ooh, that's smart. Pulls it through the auto turret so he can try and kill the Viking. Very cute little thing to do. I mean, otherwise the Viking's going to chase down the Raven to death anyway. So it was a nice little idea, just didn't quite work out. Does mean that he doesn't actually pick off that many SCVs though, because he was damaging the Viking instead, of course. There goes the Raven. 5 energy away from a new order turret. Unfortunately, that will be that. Armory on the way from Bunny, of course, as he wants to go into his 2-2 upgrades. Again, Bjorn is just that little bit slower on the 4th and 5th racks, and so while he did initially have an army supply lead, that little bit of an eco lead from Bunny just got his production up sooner, and that does go a long way. So in about a minute or two, probably see Bunny starting to take a bit of a lead in that regard. But look at this push from Bjorn. He's going to have combat shields, and I can't stress just how important combat shields is when it comes to trying to fight against your opponent. Like, in this TVT situation, if you have combat shields and your opponent doesn't, the difference in engagement is insane. Also, not so great for Bunny is that he's dropping 2 full medevacs across the map at the moment. Although Bjorn is sitting back and not really doing much about it, but he does have a lot of reinforcements which are sitting in the main base. He's pulling them away now. He does have something, I don't know what it is, I think it's just a marine, but he should see those marine medevacs dropping in very shortly, so he might be able to respond to it, but he's using his medevac boost to get more units across the map. And Bunny still doesn't see Bjorn's army. Does Bjorn see that drop? That's the question. Scan comes down now, Bunny's going to get into the main. Bjorn, no response to this immediately, and his medevac, mineral line will be in a little bit of trouble. Just pulls away a little bit here. You can see that +1 armor will go down, so that's an upgrade he's not going to have, and Bjorn has to make a move. I mean, he still has a combat shield advantage, so it's very possible he just breaks through the front very powerfully, even through those 2 siege tanks. It is definitely something he can do with the combat shields. There's so many units out of position in the main base for Bunny as here we go. Bjorn stims forwards, he's splitting up to minimize the tank splash, and well, there's just too many units from Bunny, I think, because meanwhile his main base, Bjorn going to have to lift it now. It's super low, will be able to keep it alive though. Bjorn is unsieging a tank here and will try and save what he can. The supplies overall are pretty even, but again, can't really deny the fact that Bjorn is not mining from his main base. With Stim in now to try and fight this. He will clean out. And now Bjorn's dropped heavily in supply though. A lot of workers going down as they pull in there to try and help fight, and so far Bunny is looking to keep the dream alive. Now going to pull his marines over and start dropping into the back of the natural. And just do a little bit more damage. You're not sure why he didn't drop more, honestly. Bjorn leaves a tank out on the map. Army supplies even, but Bjorn trailing by 14 workers. Has lost so much mining time in the meantime as well. Not pretty. And now 2-2 upgrades start from Bunny as well. That's how good he's feeling. He also killed that engineering bay of Bjorn, so he's 1-1 against +1. And +2/+2 will only push him further ahead. It's still a small little drop on the map. It's not a lot, but it's still enough to stim into a mineral line and kill off even more workers. Last thing you want to do, and 15 workers behind, is probably lose another 5 or 6 of them. And there's 5 dropping before the medevac lifts, boosts away, and Bunny costs him absolutely nothing to get that further damage done. As he just pulls back, sees the army coming towards him, and says, well, you know what, I have no reason to attack into you. I'm in such a better position. All I have to do is sit tight and just take the best fight possible, which is generally going to be on my own side of the map, in my own defensive position, rather than out in the center on the watchtower. Bunny wins this. He's going to keep Team Hero's dreams alive, and again, it will be down to Zest and Jachi to take him down to win the tournament for Team Zest. As you can see, one Marine stims in. There's a low health medevac. He could have probably targeted it down. Just didn't see it on time there. As you'll see again, if you units unloaded, once again, another Marine going to get picked up. And again, Bunny just playing patient. He probably knows as well his other advantage in this game is the +2/+2 upgrades coming in here very shortly. So again, I mean, for Bunny, it really is just about the longer he waits, the better a position he ends up in. So again, no rush into anything for him just yet. The quad drop up the right side is really nice because, again, Bjorn's pretty all in with any sort of army movement across the map now, and Bunny has plenty to defend at home because he can just sit in the defensive position like we've mentioned. Sit at home, sit on siege tanks, and there's no advantage for Bjorn to push in with. You know, once upon a time there was a combat shield upgrade. That disappeared a long time ago. As we do see now, there's units gathering down the left side, and Bjorn just getting ready to attack in, I guess, but meanwhile Bunny has a big stem ready to go. Uh-oh, he unsieges. That could be problematic. He's going to see this. I mean, if there's ever an opportunity, that probably would have been it right there. Bjorn will siege up from a distance now with these tanks instead, but again, now Bunny stims into the natural, and Bjorn has no answer to this. And he's just going to start losing out on a whole bunch of SCVs. 2 days in a row, Bjorn is going to be denied the all kill, it will seem. I mean, he's still got this army out here right now, but he's got to make the aggressive move forwards, and that's not going to be the fun part of this engagement at all. SCV is pulling from Bunny because he knows how much he's doing across the map. Splits the Marines, the tanks fall. Bjorn cannot pick up the all kill. GG slumps down in his chair. Team Hero and Bunny will be happy with that one. Wondering why they didn't send him out 2 maps ago. Get rid of the guy before they lost the rest of their players. Hey, Hero clapping away, Trust 2. Bill gives him a low 5. High 5 from Hero, high 5 from Trust. Bill's too cool to go high, though. GG. Bunny takes down Bjorn and sets us up for a game number 6. Will it be Zest? Will it be Jachi, guys? Find out when we come back from this next quick little commercial break once again. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to open. Find back when we come back from this quick little commercial break. Who's going to try and take down Bunny and secure the VSL Team League Championship? I messed up the ad timing. We'll be back in a moment. Man, I'm triggering so many people with pineapples. Guys, ever had pineapple and rice? Does that trigger you guys as well? I don't know how many of you can have such a love-hate relationship with pineapple. It's crazy. As you can see on the screen, Jachi is the next player from Team Zest. Going to save the team captain for last, as it'll be Jachi versus Bunny. Another TVT to see if Team Zest will come out as the champions, or whether Zest will have to come out to try and clean things up. Pineapple's pretty good and everything is a good flavor. That's what I'm talking about, Funak123. It just tastes good. I don't know, man. Maybe we should all just agree to disagree. Like, I don't know. Like, I just can't get behind this much passion behind this discussion. I really can't. It's gonna be Honor Grounds. We've not got sound. Now we've got sound. Beautiful. Beautiful. Honor Grounds. Map number. Set the score, please. Oh, okay, top right is Bunny, the red Terran player. 2 games to 3 right now. In game number 6 here. And this TVT against Jachi of Team Zest to the bottom left side. Isn't pineapple and ham a classic dish? Yeah, pineapple and ham is very standard. I really just think that you guys... I reckon that most people hating on the pineapple just haven't tried it. I reckon they're just too scared to try it and realize that they've been wrong all their lives. And realize what they've been missing out on. Anyways. I'm going to stop this discussion, otherwise I'm afraid that I'm going to be never allowed to return. Anyways, let's set up into this TVT cross-spawn Honor Grounds. I mean, well, this is one way that it could go any which way, really. In this TVT, it really could. I mean, it's just like super macro spawns, right? Like Honor Ground's such a large map, even if you play vertical or horizontal. Never mind playing cross, like absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Alright, I'm gonna stop reading chat. I'm reading too much chat. This discussion has enthralled me way more than it really should have done. I'm sorry, guys. I should have just never brought it up again. I should have known better. We see the CCs coming down from both players, so this time around both of them will head in towards a situation where they're going to be aiming towards that expansion fairly early. So setting up in towards that. CC's coming down, factory's coming down, and the reactor as well. Mirrored builds up until this point, even the gas timings are very similar, just a few seconds earlier for Bunny rather than Jachi. And again, Jachi, I feel right now, Jachi and Bunny are in very similar positions in terms of kind of level of Terran players in Korea. It's they're both players who you don't from the get-go say, they're going to beat everyone, but are kind of a real dark horse in any tournament where they can really go far, and they really could beat anyone. So interested to see how this goes, we do just see the Marines continue to come out. Continue setting up the starports on the way as well, and man, this is going to be a nice passive one for the for Undergrounds, isn't it? I guess if there's ever a game to start talking about things other than the game, it probably was this game, because again, cross-spawn TVT, definitely a pretty one. You're gonna slowly convince me into doing a cooking stream? Nah, I don't think you'll ever convince me to do a cooking stream. You know how much effort it would be to do a cooking stream? That'd be crazy. That'd be real. That'd be real long. You have to like set up like a kitchen. You'd have to like actually find stuff to cook. Have to find something interesting to cook. Wait a minute, I'm gonna pick up the kill here for Bunny. There's Jachi. Well, there's not the Reaper. He already killed the Reaper of his opponent though, so pretty even situations as both players lift medevacs. Full of units across the map. I'm not sure what's in Jachi's medevac. He's got Widowmine and 6 Marines versus just the 8 Marines of his opponent, so a little bit different here as the both players will set up just, again, similarly, it's been pretty mirrored up until now. Second Cyclone on the way from Bunny, we see a Siege Tank on the way though from Jachi, so again, very different between the players. Not really anything in position at all to defend right now for Bunny. Oh, the Widowmine! Jachi hits a big shot on his own medevac, but will be able to get in position behind the mineral line here and start to apply some pressure. Well hidden Widowmine. Now Jachi knows that's probably not coming across the map towards him. We do see a Cyclone. Cyclone, Viking, and Marine is going to defend very effectively back on the other side, and Bunny is just sort of sat. He is preoccupied with his attack over here right now. Oh, that medevac just escapes. Meanwhile, a Cyclone at the front is actually beginning to get rid of a supply depot, so weird trades on either side of the map. Some workers lost for Bunny. Jachi loses a depot. Both players get out with their drops. Pretty interesting kind of first couple of minutes of action in the TVT, I suppose. Difficult to do as well, you know, to be able to be aggressive, and we sort of saw it like Bunny was unable to make the most of his drop, while also trying to defend back at home. So the fact that Jachi was just a couple seconds earlier moving out just gave him the upper hand in that regard. It just helps him to defend. How many hours until DreamHack starts? In about 5 hours from now. DreamHack will begin, although the main stream will not go live for another 3 or 4 hours after that. The main stream goes live after Group Stage 1, so we'll be live just a little bit before Group 12. We'll be live before Group Stage 1 and for Group Stage 1, of course. As you see, more refineries coming down in the main base. And we've seen the Cyclone continue to set up as well. A couple more Vikings on the way out. I'm just going to see the Cyclone, again, just roaming. Should just run into a Widowmine. We'll come back and clean that up as well. Should sit down nice and easily. Again, I mean, for mirrored builds, they continue to kind of mirror each other. A slight difference is Jachi does not go for the +1 armor upgrade. He's got an army supply lead right now. If you could turn that into a little bit of aggression, it would be fantastic. But I mean, we're talking about cross-spawn Undergrounds. And obviously, one of the reasons for his army supply advantage, though, is the fact that there's a third CC finished up in position for Bunny. So, we'd like to try and clean that out, probably, as we see this Marine against the Cyclone. Marine does go down. And then lots of units coming in towards the other right-hand side of the map, looking to see what they can get up to over here, what they can get going for themselves. Cyclone picks up another Marine kill. And just little bits and pieces going on here in these early stages. Bunny with a couple of Cyclones going to try and harass, and actually will slow down the CC. It's actually kind of dangerous with Jachi because Cyclones do so much damage that he will actually just have to pull units back, which is annoying because obviously he wants to get across there and do damage and make use of his army supply lead. So, setting it up, and there we go. Jachi going to boost across once again. I guess reinforcements now should be able to push the Cyclones back. He wants to go, I think, for a big drop in towards the main, but 4 Vikings sat close to the natural mineral line. I guess he can't drop because there's not enough medevacs, but something he's thinking of doing, as we see. I guess he'll just push in towards the third, but then it's going to be kind of difficult. Oh, he's going to fly right into the Vikings. 2 Vikings. He's going to go around the side. It's actually a sensor tower, not a missile turret. Oh, the woes of not being able to observe my own games. The medevac gets so low, but just survives in the end. Jachi doesn't find the opportunity to get in there, though, so Bunny's economic play is starting to pay off for him. 1-1 upgrades. He's got the worker lead. faster third. It's working out quite nicely, or starting to at least. You see these Marines look at rid of both Cyclones. Jachi's still just looking for an opportunity to get in here with this large army in the upper right side of the map. Excuse me. As we do see the army coming up as well from both armory. Sorry, I said army. You see the armory coming up for both players here. Looking towards those 2-2 upgrades, and actually it's a pretty big deal that Bunny was late on the armory because he hasn't been able to start 2-2 right away. It means that Jachi has a little bit of time where he's starting to catch up in upgrades. So it's just even things out a little bit in Jachi's favor. So small mistake by Bunny, and Jachi still does maintain a 20 army supply lead here in this game right now. Single Marine to the far right hand side, lots of tanks sieging up and sticking together. Marines pushing out and looking to kind of just take a little bit of a lead in charge here as Marines keep on simming in. One Marine pulls back away from that watchtower, and again looking to see what he can do. Liberator introduced here already is kind of interesting. The fact he's already set up and ready to go for kind of that Liberator kind of way to play. It's interesting that he introduced so early. It's not something you see so early on. I don't think usually you see a tank going down though. Liberator wants to set up. You can see that Jachi is very eager to try and get towards that Liberator. With the Vikings alive for, well, the Vikings just around here in general for Bunny, though, it makes sense to make a Liberator that can do so well against kind of pushing siege tank lines back, but he does get targeted down by the Marines. Generally, the idea is that Liberators get, Liberators sort of, are protected by the tanks, so the tanks protect the Liberator from being shot down by the Marines. That wasn't the case just there, though, unfortunately. You can see more units coming across the map here. Army supplies tying up a little bit, but Jachi has taken down a few workers already. Upgrades are now dead even, one apiece in play, as we see some Marines taking down a Viking as well. Those Vikings still trying to pick away at the medevacs, and a frustrating position for Bunny to be in, because he's the one who is consistently taking fire on his bases, etc. But look at this, a drop to the right side, looking to flank around. Take a bit of a better fight here. We're going to see the medevacs though from Jachi, going to lift up, boost in towards the main. That's something which his opponent is not ready for, or is he actually? There is some Marines here, so this drop from Jachi is not really doing too much just yet, and so many units to come in to respond. Jachi's going to lose a lot, and in the meantime, Marines stimming from the right side, and they will take down these tanks at the front as well. Jachi, this attack, well, he's still actually getting some good damage done. In the end, finds 6 workers somehow on this, in the back of this. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy right here. Some Marines still sat down to the far south of the map. Oh, it's a little bit crazy altogether. What a weird game. I mean, Jachi just loses a lot, but now he takes a worker lead and a small army supply disadvantage. That's a Rifkin drop. Is that a Rifkin drop right there? Okay. That was a perfect example of a hashtag Rifkin drop. So we do see some medevacs leading the charge. Need to be careful. I mean, there's still Vikings up. We'll see the stim in from both players. I feel as though there's just more tanks here, though, for Bunny, of course. And it looks as though Bunny is going to start cleaning out this army in the center. Jachi is unsieging his tanks. He wants to, I would imagine, lift up and leave, but he isn't doing that. Sits around for way longer than he had to. Have you ever seen those medevacs boosting away? Back to the left-hand side. Why does Rifkin show up just as the Rifkin drop comes up, man? Is this a trap? Have you been baiting me? Ah, it's okay. He can't have been here the whole time, otherwise he would have been really mad at what we said earlier, right, guys? Yeah, exactly. Alright, so I was going to be seeing units coming around the right side from Bunny. I feel as though the last few trades have been so Bunny favored, but yet he still sort of doesn't have much of an army supply lead. And yes, that's the problem of having to push across cross maps. He is ahead on upgrades, but only for a few more seconds. The 2-2 about it disappears, plus 2 armor will finish up in the next few seconds. Team Marines to the south side for Jachi getting caught a little bit off guard. There's Sloan Viking as well. And now we're going to see the drop in towards the main base. Is there any defense in position here? I'm not too sure. I don't think there is. There's one missile turret, and there is one tank already set up. He will try and get rid of the Liberator, I think, perhaps. That's not going to happen. And Jachi, his supply is disappearing, and it looks as though Bunny is going to start bringing us into an ace match in the grand finals of the VSTL Team League. There goes Jachi's +3 attack. Bunny is just pushing on through. He has way too much. We're going to see a tank continue to fire onto a few more of those Marines. Yeah, this is, I mean, Bunny in the main base of his opponent. Meanwhile, setting up towards the front as well to push on in. And again, he's got so many advantages coming up for him very soon. He picks up a few tanks here initially. His upgrades will finish shortly. That'll be a big help. He's got a Liberator picking away at more SCVs, and Jachi is falling further and further behind. Tanks are going to siege up in a few more moments as well. More Marines keep on stimming in too. Tanks continue to work their way through. More and more of these Marines. Actually, Jachi will push this army away somehow. But man, the damage he's taken is quite large. I mean, he's way, way, way behind. So he's gonna, if he wants to get back in this, he's gonna have to find some mega damage of his own, which just won't be easy if Bunny takes the necessary precautions. Just, you know, make sure he doesn't get too greedy, doesn't kind of leave his own main base open to a large drop as well. I'm just going to be seeing that he just drops back in. I mean, again, it looks bad that Bunny just lost this sort of army, but you got to remember he killed so much before losing it. It's still very efficient for him. Now he finds himself a CC kill. He'll get these reactors in the end too, and maybe even just the barracks, just shutting down all the production. Mid-map, we will see this is going to slightly be Jachi favored just because of numbers of units. The free upgrades not here just yet. This is Marine Force. Bunny is just unstoppable in the main base, getting rid of more and more add-ons. The medevac pops out, somehow survives on 1 HP. And Jachi just keeps pushing across, has to try something, right? You're not going to just tap out the game for no reason. But this looks as though we're going to a game 7. It looks as though Zest will have to come out and try and save his own team. What map haven't we seen yet? We've seen Newkirk, we've seen Cactus, Abyssal. Have we seen Cactus in this series? We have, right? It was the first game. We haven't seen Palladino, right? In this second series. Oh man. Be a fun one to end things on, as we're going to be seeing. There's still this drop going down the bottom right hand side, beautifully blocked by the Twitch logo. I literally could not have placed that worse for the picture. I really couldn't have. Tank's going to reposition themselves towards the front once again. The medevac boosts back. Still thinking about where it wants to go. I mean, Jachi set up in a nice aggressive position, but again, eventually he just runs out. And I like what Bunny's doing. Playing it safe, playing it slow. Doesn't just run into this, just gets the Liberator up. He's getting a Viking as well, and as that Viking comes into play, just that little bit extra something kind of to help push this back more safely and more easily. You know, push back with the Liberator instead of stimming in all your Marines. You know, forcing a siege, and that means he can stim in, and that is just going to be an overwhelming number of units. Jachi knows it. He slumps down in the chair. Bunny is going to take us into an ace match. Game 7, Bunny versus Zest, to wrap up the VSL Team League. Absolutely crazy stuff. GG's. GG's. High fives all around. And we have one last map ready for us here today. Guys, going to throw in a quick 2-minute break. When we return, it's the ace match. Hello, hello, hello! It's time for our final game on Palladino Terminal. As you can see, our intro is about to wrap up, so let's jump in game. Top left, red Terran player Bunny. For Team Hero, can he save the day? Bottom right, the blue Protoss player coming out for his very own team, Zest. For Team Zest, can they take home this title? Great to see all 7 games in the finals. Always great when we see 7 games, but in the grand finals especially, when it's nice and back and forth instead of just one-sided, which it was looking to be with Bjorn dominating early. I just got completely played by Rifkin on Twitter, man. He just destroyed me. You see what position you guys have put me in? First you're like, trust us guys, trust us. Wardy's the Rifkin drops a thing here. It's fine to talk about it. Use it all the time. So I try and join in the base trade memes, and then Rifkin shows up. He's like, this ain't a thing. I'm like, oh god, I've been tricked. Then I'm like, it's okay, they paid me. And now he's like, well, now I don't have to pay. Oh, it's just dreadful. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. So wrong that I just can't even say it all fast enough before this game's going to kick off. Palladino PVT, man. Zest won PVT on Palladino today. It was our first game of the day. Forte against Zest, kicking us off in the lower bracket finals. Zest defended in a very interesting scenario. As quickly, because we do see, actually, surprisingly, well, Zest is going to go one base. Bunny is going to go for an expansion here. I was just going to quickly say thank you, Terrace, for another cheer. A couple of hundreds in the chat. Appreciate it. As we do see Bunny Was about to expand, now he sees no nexus from his opponent, and will probably expand on the high ground, or what does he do instead? Yeah, expands on the high ground, and begins to set up probably a bunker on the low ground too. Now we saw Zest open one base on this map earlier as well, and that means that he's going to be probably throwing down the Stargate again. I imagine if he's going to do the same thing twice on the one map, it's probably just going to be, well, the same thing twice, sorry. If he opens in the same way twice, I imagine it would be the same thing, so. Starting up that Stargate, getting set up and ready to go. Then you just patrolling away to the side and jump in towards the main base. Just gonna chill around, hide a little bit. We see that mothership core just starting to head back up towards the upper left. Oh no, back up, but starting to head up towards the upper left-hand side of the map. So MSC looking to get into position here. The Stargate, as we mentioned before, is now about to wrap on up in terms of building, and well, obviously the pylon and the bunker on the low ground will stop any sort of low ground aggression. We're just going to be seeing Zest popping in to, again, just confirm what this build is. We'll see the factory timing, and seeing the factory timing is enough to tell them that this was at some point an expansion, as the MSC will not be DEAD. That didn't work. That was such a better rhyme in my head, and I realized Dead has too many letters in it to make it rhyme properly. Ugh. It was so much. It was so good in my head. Why can't anything ever work? Nearly funny. Nearly funny. Marines cleaned out a few more of these adepts. Oracle pops out, and Oracle is going to be going up towards the upper left-hand side. And he's going to be seeing, oh, possible by an SCV. I mean, I think he saw the Stargate already, so he should know what's coming to his way. But forcing the Pulsar Beam already wastes a bit of energy on that Oracle, and again, I mean, just slows it down a moment or two. The SCV is going to die at some point anyways, so kind of okay for Bunny, I would say. And just double confirmation it's an Oracle, just in case something's changed somehow. As Zest is followed up straight into Blink, not going to mess around any further with the Stargate production. I mean, it's actually a very scary map to deal with Blink on, and we could see a very aggressive Blink all-in or something. Not necessarily guaranteed to happen, but it could be a very good way to play it out on two bases and just a lot of gates, just because of how much space there is around the main base and different points to access. You need to have so many different locations covered as the Terran to defend against that. Again, these couple of gates just going to finish on up, morph into warp gates. Blink continue coming out here. Zest still making some more workers right now, so not current workers or anything just yet. As you see a few more Stalkers warping in towards the front, and he's going to be seeing these Stalkers. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if nothing else, even if he doesn't go for a full-on all-in or something, he is going to apply a decent amount of pressure with some Stalkers in the early Blink to try and get some damage done. Actually, throwing down a pylon to the south side is about to say, well, what's that for? But I think the obvious thing is just to spot drops moving in towards the main base nice and quickly. I mean, if you lose a pylon there, it's much better than having drops unloading into the kind of smoky area and suddenly stimming in and cleaning out half your mineral line, right? So, with the pylon down here, some good vision available to him now. Because again, that Stalker count getting higher and higher. Blink's about to come up. Be interesting to see what Bunny actually has in his army. I mean, we've seen him building quite a lot in the recent times. Cyclone production has been pretty continuous. We've seen more Cyclones than I think you would usually expect. 3 on the map. That's what I'm talking about. It's a little bit different. Lots of Marines too. A couple of medevacs looking to keep on attacking. As the Cyclone will keep on running. We'll be able to very nearly get rid of the probe down there. Meanwhile, 2 Cyclones in the center get caught off guard by this Blink. I don't think Bunny was expecting such a fast Blink play, actually. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I don't know why the Cyclones are so far out there. As we'll see, this pylon is going to be protected as well. There's lots of Stalkers. There is a bunker to the top side of the natural, but you can see that Bunny is realizing very quickly here that there is not enough coverage with that one bunker to the top. So you're going to see, I think it's S. Yeah, he's got the Oracle for high ground vision. He can blink up here into the mineral line, and there's no response just yet from Bunny. You're going to see the missile turret taken down as well. Missile turret is nice because it means you probably have to rebuild it, considering the fact that there is this Oracle here. Which can pick off a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, the Stasis Ward! The Stasis Ward is going to go off! Huge play by Zest! Stasis Ward mid-engagement, and suddenly a whole chunk of the army of Bunny is caught up, and this CC is starting to burn on down. Not just burn on down, it's being fired on down. Zest will blink on top of the siege tank into the bunker. So what? We can probably still get the CC kill, I think. He's just going to go for the safer option, which is to actually kill off the army. Gets the siege tank, gets the Cyclone. More Stalkers blink up to the high ground. And it looks as though Zest might be able to save the day for his team, doubling the work count at the moment. Army supply is dead even, but Zest with the tech on the map. However, a Liberator across the map will be a little bit of a nuisance, and Zest will be forced to pull away, but there's overcharges available. While Zest begins to take the third base, the CC falls in the main as well, and that is Bunny's chances really starting to disappear. If there was a way back into this, it probably wasn't, while losing the third command, or the natural command center, sorry. And the Stalker aggression from Zest. Man, this is a throwback to way back. Time towards the end of Heart of the Swarm, this aggressive Blink Stalker play that did so well time and time again. We haven't really seen Blink Stalkers be aggressive like this that frequently recently in Legacy of the Void. In Legacy of the Void, always Legacy of the Void at all, really. Zest, you can see Bunny's body language is not really speaking victory or comebacks right now. It's speaking, well, he's doing the Bjorn move, which is to slump down in your chair, look upset with yourself, and to shake your head and talk to yourself a bit and wonder what happened. Picks up a few more probes over here. The thing is, though, the few workers he's picking up is not doing nothing more than just putting him a little bit less behind. And that's the kind of issue right now, as we do see the Stalkers getting the Liberator kill. And Zest continues to make Stalkers, continues to push the front, and there's still, I don't think there... Is there stamp? I don't think there is. You see these Stalkers in a little bit of trouble, just blink away again for Zest. Just has to warp in at home, get ready to deal with one large attack, and he's going to be fine. He's actually warping in over here to maybe still engage somewhere towards the center. Not sure why he would have warped in there rather than at home. Maybe his screen was just there. I actually really have no idea. It doesn't make much sense at all. He'll warp in some units to counterattack. That makes sense. But he was bringing them like through the map. I was like, what? Let's see, the tank's going to go down. There goes one. Nice, just push forwards, blink away to keep the Stalkers safe in the end. SCV is being pulled across the map as well. I mean, that's when you know Bunny is in desperate times right now. Pulling the boys. Pulling all the boys. He's not going to let the VSTL end until he's fought this out well and proper. Not sure what that Liberator Siege is trying to achieve right there, as the Stalkers will just blink up to the high ground. The tank is being fired on. The SCV is trying to repair what they can. The Marines will keep on pushing forwards, but it will not be enough. Bunny came so close. He made a series out of it, but Zest, the team captain, he picked this team. He used Bjorn to carry them to victory. He put in a couple of wins when needed. And that was that. GG's. They are the VSL Team League champions, Team Zest. GG. Bunny does the classic wrap your keyboard up in its wire. Movement. After losing out. And Zest is like, yep, I was punching him in the chest right here. I hit him where it hurts, right in the heart. GG's. Alright, we have our victors, Team Zest. I'm not sure if we have a prize ceremony or something. I have no idea. Do we have a prize ceremony? Do we sit around? Do we wait? I have really no clue. I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. How many hours till DreamHack? 4 hours and 26 minutes until DreamHack begins. I don't even think the Team Zest know if they're going to be a prize ceremony or something. You know, they're just like, do we stand here? Do we sit back down? Do we go back to our Pokemon mill? Bjorn with the 3 wins here today, taking down Bjorn, one of the biggest threats of Team Hero. And Zest coming through to clean things out when Bunny did put the ace match on the cards. Fighting again, Tyrus continue to cheer in the chat and supporting BaseTradeTV. Shout out to Snow Python, who just hit a 27-month resub. Huge resub coming through. Thank you for that as well, supporting the channel. Always good to do. Thanks, Rifkin, for the kind words, no problem. Thanks for having me on BaseTradeTV, of course. Again, guys, if you did enjoy, then hit follow on BaseTrade. You can support them in plenty of ways as well. If you want to check me out too, then I've got my Twitter down here. Sure, you can find my stream as well, twitch.tv/Wardy with 3 eyes at the end. If you want to check me out, follow and stuff, I'll be live myself later casting DreamHack, as will BaseTrade. We'll all be live, all casting DreamHack Austin later today, so lots of StarCraft later on. Yeah, we're all raving, way! Congrats, guys. Yeah, better clap for yourselves. We're going to have an interview. I guess we're just going to type out, because believe it or not, I don't speak enough Korean to translate. I can say annyeonghaseyo, 감사합니다. Then that's about it, you know, like, sometimes I can throw out like a jaljiniseo. I used to know another couple as well, but that's about it. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back myself later on my own channel for DreamHack. BaseTrade will be back later with Riff and Zombie Grub bringing you guys DreamHack. Follow people, places, social media and stuff. And congrats to Team Zest. And I guess I don't know. I feel awkward like leaving with like Team Zest on the screen, but it's like you know, it's like over, but it's I don't know. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. DreamHack cast in like 4 hours and 20 minutes. I'm gonna run the outro ads, guys. We'll come back, and if Team Zest is still on, I'll let you watch them for a bit. So, how about that for a deal?